dance, but they'll steal your heart away. A backstage back on earth again, well those dressings are gray. They come on strong and it ain't too long before they make you feel a man. Love is blind and you soon will find that you're just a boy again. I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was stronger. Want to achieve, you get a drink, and you wonder where you are. You want some more, she's fast asleep, and she's twinkling with a star. Oh, young grandson, there's nothing I can say. You'll have to learn just like me, and that's just the hardest way. Ooh la la. Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. They're selling postcards of the hanging. They're painting the passports brown. Parlors filled with sailors. The circus is in town. In walks the blind commissioner. They've got him in a trance. One hand is tied to the tightrope walker. The other is in his pants. The riot squad, they are restless. Lady and I look out tonight on Desolation Road. Now Cinderella, she seems so easy. It takes one to know one, she smiles. Then puts her hands in her back pockets, Betty Davis style. Then walks Romeo, he's moaning. You belong to me, I believe. Somebody says you're in the wrong place, my friend. You had better leave. The only sound that you can hear after the ambulances go is Cinderella sweeping up on Desolation Road. Now Ophelia, she's neath the window. For her I feel so afraid. On her 22nd birthday, she already is an old maid. To her death is quite romantic. She wears an iron vest. Her profession is a religion. Her sin is her lifelessness. And though the gaze is fixed upon Noah's great rainbow, she spent her time peeking in on Desolation Road. Einstein disguised as Robin Hood, with his memories in a trunk, passed this way an hour ago with his friend, a jealous monk. He looked so immaculately frightful as he bummed his cigarette. Then he went on off sniffing drain pipes and reciting the alphabet. You would not think to look at him, but he was famous long ago for playing the electric violin on Desolation Road. Now the moon is almost hidden, the stars are beginning to hide. The fortune-telling lady is already taken all her things inside, all except for Cain and Abel and the hunchback of Notre Dame. Everybody is making love or else expecting rain. And the Good Samaritan is dressing, he's getting ready for the show. He's going to the carnival tonight on Desolation Road. Dr. Filthy keeps his world inside of a leather cup, and all his sexless patients, they're all trying to blow it up. Now isn't there some local loser? She's in charge of the silent hole. She also keeps the cards that read "Have mercy on his soul." They all play on the penny whistle, yeah, you can hear them blow. If you lean your head out far enough to Desolation Road. Across the street they've nailed the curtains, they're getting ready for the feast. The Phantom of the Opera in the perfect image of a priest. They're spoon-feeding Casanova to get him to feel more assured. Then they'll kill him with self-confidence after poisoning him with words. The Phantom shouting to skinny girls, "Get out of here if you don't know." Casanova's just being punished for going to Desolation Road. Now at midnight all the agents in the superhuman crew, they go the round of everyone that knows more than they do. Take them to the factory where the heart attack machine is strapped across their shoulders, and then the kerosene is brought down from the castles by insurance men who go make sure no one is escaping to Desolation Road. Praise be to Nero's Neptune, the Titanic, it sails at dawn. Everybody's shouting, which side are you on? As we're pounding T.S. Eliot, they're fighting in the captain's tower, while calypso singers laugh at them and fishermen throw flowers between the windows of the sea where only mermaids float. No one has to think too much about Desolation Road. Yes, I received your letter yesterday. By About the time that doorknob broke, when you asked how I was doing, was that some kind of joke? All these people that you mentioned, yes, I know them, they're quite lame. I had to rearrange their faces and give them all another name. Alright, now I can't read too good, so don't send me no more letters, no. Not unless you mail them from Desolation Row. That was Desolation Row.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I got that one down pretty good, man. I could have put 2 other pages up there to keep going. I did not need those lyrics at all. I think maybe I glanced at it for a little reassurance. A time or two. There was the other, I was looking for that fucking thing. I even moved that paper. What do you call that? Clothespin. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, man. How about that, man? Mexico already came to the tariff. See, I think a lot of people were thinking that all these countries are going to go, no, we're not playing along. But ultimately, you know why they all have to play along? Because we all buy so much shit. The market here is the ultimate market that matters to every country. And don't believe for a second that Chinese AI is ahead of the United States. But that's it, you know, so if you're Mexico, and here's the deal, and Justin Trudeau is such an emasculated loser that he has to think he's being the tough guy. Oh, that sucked. That sucked bad, man. But he has to be the tough guy in all these other countries, you know. I think the era of, like, posturing is over because people are sick of it because we're suffering. All this posturing by these fucking elitist, fucking arrogant douchebags, we're the only ones that suffer. The people who work every day and fucking have to buy groceries, you know. And Trump, it seems to me, and is putting in there, and possibly led by his sons and Donald Jr. and stuff, but enough of this. People don't want to play along. You put it right out there. They don't want to play along. And the people will take care of it, you know? And I think they're just saying, look, folks, and here's the other part, just the downright sensible. Did I just put that on backwards? I went through all that. But then it's also like, look, man, we want to make money, you want to make money. Fucking grow up, enough of this shit, do what you're supposed to do, and we will cancel the tariff. And they did. And of course, Canada's standing strong because their leader is such a idiotic log, that he can't see the writing on the wall for his people. He thinks it's about him. I'm standing up for all the downtrodden people the world over. You know, that's Justin Trudeau. He's such a fucking... Canada, what the fuck, man? You can't be expected to be taken seriously any longer. You're going to put up with that shit. You voted for him. Enough of this shit with your government. No, the people in those countries voted for those people. I know in Canada it wasn't a big majority or anything, but some of these other countries, enough of giving the people a pass, or the people in California. These shitheads for fucking 25, 30 years have voted for nothing but Democrats. So you know what, man? Smarten up. People are done. We'll maybe let it slide this time and help you, but next time you're done. If I have anything to say about it, and you may laugh, but I might. Depends on if I just commit myself to that. We're gonna go for it on that one. I don't even know if I know the chords. That's what happens up here sometimes. I'm going for it with that one. Not having a lot of success with this particular. It was user error. But now the bottom, I apparently might have just permanently fucked that up. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think that seems to be the overall thing. It's like, look. That's the game the Democrats played with everything by going after people for being a Republican, supporting Trump. You know, the banks, they got the banks, the tech, and now it's like, look, no. Time to start fucking calling due on who you really work for and what's really going on and what your tax dollars are really being used for. You know, and who's benefiting from all this shit, you know. Yeah, that wasn't good, huh? That was a fucking hit, man. Don't think that hadn't happened. That's the first time that's ever happened, so I was not in any position to be anticipating anything of that nature. It's a pretty solid connection there where that clip's on there. It's not an actual clip though. It is just like hard leather with it's amazing the way that was good. That was a solid hit. And in other news, I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing it for you. I don't care. Wow, that's the G. And that one, like, oh, that must actually hit the ground or something. That's what you worry about, one of the fucking knobs getting twisted off there. We're going with it close enough. All right. That was interesting. I wonder. Bad spot. That's where you plug in the cord too, is like right under that essentially. I can't believe, I mean, it's a fucking Martin guitar. You didn't like try on the strap and have somebody stand there. It'd be even worse if I had one of those ones that went straight in. Dumbasses. Hey! Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. He went out tiger hunting with his elephanting gun. In case of accidents, he always took his mom. He's the all-American bullet-headed Saxon mother's son. All the children sing, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. Deep in the jungle where the mighty tiger lies, Bill and his elephants were taken by surprise. So
Captain Marvel zapped him right between the eyes. All the children sing, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill, Bungalow Bill? Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill, Bungalow Bill? The children asked him if to kill was not a sin. Not when he looked so fierce, his mommy let it in. If looks could kill, it would have been us instead of him. All the children sing, hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill, Bungalow Bill? Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill, Bungalow Bill? Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill, Bungalow Bill? Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill, Bungalow Bill? Well, Tweeter and the Monkey Man were hard up for cash. They stayed up all night selling cocaine and cash. To an undercover cop who had an assistant named Jan, for reasons unexplained, she loved the Monkey Man. Tweeter was a Boy Scout before she went to Vietnam, and found out the hard way that nobody gives a damn. They knew that they'd found freedom just across the Jersey line, so they hopped into a stolen car to Highway 99, and the walls came down all the way to hell. Never saw them when they were, never saw them when they fell. The undercover cop, he never liked the Monkey Man. Even back in childhood, he wanted to see him in the can. Jane got married at 14 to a racketeer named Bill. She made secret calls to the Monkey Man from a mansion on a hill. It was out on Thunder Road, Tweeter at the wheel. They ran him through the paradise, they could make them tires squeal. The undercover cop pulled up, said, everyone here's a liar. If you don't surrender now, it's gonna go down to the wire. And the walls came down all the way to hell. Never saw them when they're standing, never saw them when they fell. An ambulance rolled up and the state trooper goes behind. Tweeter took a runaway and the rest of his mind. The undercover cop was left tied up to a tree. That's where he fucking killed me last time. Tried to squeeze all this on the front of one page. It's right where it broke me up last time. I cannot read that. Next day, the undercover cop was hot in pursuit. He was taking the whole thing personal. He didn't care about the loot. Janet told him many times it was you and me who taught. In Jersey thing, anything's legal as long as you don't get caught. The walls came down all the way to hell. I never saw them when they're standing, never saw them when they fell. Someplace by where Royal prison, they were running out of gas. The undercover cop cop had corner things we said. Someplace by Rahway Prison, they ran out of gas. The undercover cop had cornered them, some things that didn't last. Jen jumped out of bed, said, "There's someplace I gotta go." She took a gun out of the drawer and said, "It's best that you don't know." The undercover cop was found face down in the bar. The monkey man was on the other bed, near to her as a shield. Jen said to the monkey man, "I'm not fooled by Tweeter's curl. I knew him long before he ever became a Jersey girl." And the walls came down all the way to hell. Never saw them when they standing, never saw them when they fell. Now the town of Jersey City is quieting down. I'm sitting in a gambling club with all of them now. The TV set has been blown up, every bit of it is gone. Ever since the night the news shit said the monkey man was on. It was a guess go to Florida and get myself some sun. There ain't no opportunity here, everything's been done. Sometimes I think of Tweeter, sometimes I think of Dan. Sometimes I don't think about nothing but the monkey man. And the walls came down all the way to hell. Never saw them when they're standing, never saw them when they fell.
Alright, I gotta clean that one up. Wasn't completely sure on the chords. I think I had them by the end. And I just can't read half this shit. Especially, I got it split down the middle. I know you can't really see it, but basically that's like the first part, 2 verses, and that's the last 2 or 3 verses. And that's the problem. I think it's 3 verses on this side, and that's the side I can't read because the 2 was spread out just right. But that's why Desolation Row required a front and a back. In which case I had to copy because it didn't occur to me that I wouldn't be able to change that turn. So then I had to make a copy. So that's what happens. But maybe I can darken in like the first half of that 3rd verse I cannot read at all. It's like all the line. An ambulance rolled up in a state trooper. I cannot read what it says there. An ambulance rolled up, a state trooper close behind. Tweeter took his gun away and messed up his mind. The undercover cop was left tied up to a tree near the souvenir stand by the old abandoned factory. Let me tell you something. Abandoned's a tough one to read on this page. That's the thing. Once I darken them, it's usually what it takes. But these are all fairly recent, so I don't know. Need better pen. I'll tell you that Henry Capono pen is great. It's more one of the wet ink ones, but I'm hesitant to use that for some reason. I don't know. I don't really have a good explanation for my hesitance there. Whew. Yeah, let's work on that one. This has got to be learned, man. The Flatlanders. You big Lebowski fans out there, you'll know Jimmy Dale Gilmore. He was the guy with the long, scraggly hair on the bowling team. Forget his name in the movie, but he's a singer, and he was long before that movie. One of the Flatlanders with Joe Ely and Butch Hancock. And the Flatlanders, you ever been out there, Lubbock, Texas area, and it's flat. And you grow up in an atmosphere like that, it's gonna shape you, you know? Everything you experience is just fucking horizons, flat horizons, and you know, the types that you see the storms roll in, the winds. A lot different than growing up in the hill. Like I grew up, 20 miles outside of Boston, and it's just leafy, rolling hills everywhere. Water, lakes, rivers, streams. Just bucolic, ideal, an ideal. But Joe Ely, they all do have their own separate careers. In fact, Jimmy Dale Gilmore at the moment is touring a lot with Dave Alvin. I've met Dave. He probably wouldn't remember me if we met, but I'd remember him. But it was cool. It was at the Continental Club in Austin, and I saw him there. And after the show, it was a nicely attended show, as in you could move around, because people don't realize that Dave Alvin's awesome. He'd been around since the '70s with the Blasters, but his tech was like, after the show, he's like, yeah, I talked to him before, and he's like, yeah, he's out back, man. So I go around back. I had a couple CDs, and he's Dave Alvin sitting on the curb, and we're talking like the back of a club in Austin, and if you've ever been there, it's kind of like a main road, just Congress Street there, and in the back is just residence, if I recall. So it's the back of the club. He's sitting there having a cigarette. I'm like, hey, Dave, how you doing? He's like, I'm tired, man. Like he drives and he doesn't fly, dude. Unfortunately. I'm sure he lives okay. He's written a lot of songs and shit and made albums. And still does. But he drives when he goes on tour, I don't know if he does the driving, but and he ain't in a big bus either, But he shined he's like mi amigo, Steven and shit, pretty cool. So I talked to him. It was a genuine conversation, And Butch Hancock was actually like a teacher, or it may still be. He probably retired by now. He's got to be in his 70s, if not 80s. But he writes a lot of the tunes for the Flatlanders and stuff. And he's kind of weird. Like, he doesn't have a website, where Joe Ely and Jimmy Dale Gilmore do. And they're pretty big. If you get into music, and especially roots music, you're going to know the Flatlanders. And that was the whole thing. They made like this mythical album in the early 70s, or just recordings. It wasn't even an album, and it got released somehow. Because things like that could happen a lot more back then than they kind of they can now. But it would be more like discoverable around record shops, It's not like everybody could do it. It's like, if you were a dedicated musician, you could possibly, I guess. If that makes any sense. But anyway, they started making a few more albums in the 90s, but it was like years and years they didn't release any music. I don't know if they played together. So they were kind of a mythical band, and the guys, like I said, would play together. Some of them just duos. Like, I got a good album with Butch Hancock and Jimmy Dale Gilmore just playing live together, But the Flatlanders, awesome. That's like the epitome of roots music right there, Self-written songs, just guitars, singer-songwriter, but with the rock, accordion and drums, kind of rock, Tex-Mexy, but not, doesn't really need to be defined too finely.
Tonight, I think I'm gonna go downtown. Tonight, I think I'm gonna look around for something I couldn't see when this world was more real to me. Yeah, tonight, I think I'm gonna go downtown. My love has gone away. My love, what can I say? My love would never see that this world's just not real to me. Yeah, tonight, I think I'm gonna go downtown. I told my love 1,000 times that I can't say what's on my mind, but she would never ever see that this world's just not real to me? Yeah, tonight I think I'm gonna go downtown. Tonight I think I'm gonna go downtown. Tonight I think I'm gonna look around for something I couldn't see when this world's just not real to me. Yeah, tonight I think I'm gonna go downtown. Slipping and a sliding and playing dominoes. Lefting and riding, it ain't a crime, you know. You gotta tell your story, boy, before it's time to go. Are you ready for the country? Because it's time to go. Are you ready for the country? Because it's time to go. I was talking to the handler, sick guy was on my side. And I ran into the hangman, he said it's time to die. You gotta tell your story, oh Lord, it's time to ride. Are you ready for the country? Because it's time to go. Are you ready for the country? Because it's time to go.
God, I don't know what happens there, man. Just lose my shit right at the end. I've got no good explanation for it. And then we're already near the end, huh? That's part of what happens there, though. You're like, yeah. Kind of, just lets me know what things I got to work on. Like, that's a very simple song, but there was just a couple simple lines I didn't know. And it was like right when I was like, oh, I got this. So I stopped looking at the page, and then I'm like, oh, what does it say there? I was like I forgot the preacher, and then there was something else there. But that's it. I mean, like I said, we're coming around. These are like starting to get like the second or third, fourth time in like the 2 months since I've been doing a daily little set. So that's it. It's really just repetitions.
Aurora borealis, the icy sky at night. Paddles cut the water in a long and hurried flight from the white man to the fields of green. In the homeland we'd never seen. They killed us in our teepee, and they set our woman down. They might have left some babies crying on the ground when the fire sticks and the wagons come, and the night falls on the setting sun. They massacred the buffalo, kitty cornered from the bank. The taxis run across my feet, and my eyes have turned to blanks. In my little box at the top of the stairs, with my Indian rug and a pipe to share. I wish I was a trapper. I would give 1,000 pelts to sleep with Pocahontas and find out how she felt in the morning on the fields of green. In the homeland we've never seen. And baby Marlon Brando will be there by the fire. We'll sit and talk of Hollywood and the good things there for hire, like that gold and the first TP. Marlon Brando, Pocahontas and me. Marlon Brando, Pocahontas and me. Pocahontas. I've been warped by the rain, driven by snow, had my head stove in. Don't you know that I'm still willing? Well, I was out on the road late at night, see my pretty Alice in every headlight. Dallas, Dallas, Alice. Well, I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatchapeta to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back road so I wouldn't get away. And if you give me weed, whites, and wine, and you show me a sign, yeah, I'll be willing to keep moving. I've been kicked by the wind, robbed by the sleet, had my head stove in, but I'm still on my feet. I'm still willing. Well, I smuggled some smokes and folks to back to Mexico. Because every time I go to Mexico, I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatchapeta to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made, driven the back road so I wouldn't get away. And if you give me weed, whites, and wine, and you show me a sign, yeah, I'll be willing to keep moving.
I just think we should all make our own countries great. And we can visit each other as much as we want. That's all.